Here I am in Burbank, California, just out. Today's July 1st, 2023, and I'm here at Burbank, just outside of Los Angeles, where I'm about to board that Pacific Surfliner train that's coming in. And I feel like a moron because I forgot the microphone connector, meaning I have to rely on the internal mic. Oh well. You live and learn. That's a Southwest flight taking off, just as the Pacific Surfliner train is coming in. This particular station, Burbank Airport, is on the Ventura County line of the Metrolink. And Metrolink has a code share agreement with Amtrak's Pacific Surfliner services. And I'm getting to see these Surfliner cars with my own eyes for the first time. Looks like I gotta hoof it to the next car. See you upstairs. Kind of a nice interior with this. And here we are on our way to Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, downtown Burbank, downtown Burbank, coming up next.
Interesting PA chimes there.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, last and final call for downtown Burbank. Last call for downtown Burbank. Don't miss your station stop.
Interesting PA chimes there. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here in LA. Well, today I'm going to be getting my zip car at LA Union Station, and from there I'll be driving out to the Southern California Railway Museum. Once upon a time it was called Orange Empire. Why they changed the name? I wouldn't know what to tell you. Now we're pulling into downtown Burbank. But then tomorrow, I'll be attending Anime Expo. Just for tomorrow, though. Because Monday, I'm flying back to Salt Lake City. And we're underway again. Still making our way to LA Union Station.
You don't want to put them on your lap?
Ladies and gentlemen, Glendale. Glendale coming up next.
It's not going to be long now until we reach LA. LA Union Station, that is. Just have one more stop to go in Glendale, which we've just crossed into now. Is that the famed LA Aqueduct that we just crossed over? I couldn't tell for sure. I'm loving some of the architecture in this area. Some of it looks positively Bauhaus, early 20th century.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next station stop is that of Glendale. Glendale coming up next. Do not miss your station stop of Glendale.
Other bits aren't as interesting. You know, typical suburban strip mall type construction.
Okay, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this will be last call for Glendale. Please be downstairs at Design 40 training. This is Glendale.
And the platforms are over on the other side of the train. And the station building itself looks to be in the mission style, typical for California and other places in the western U.S. Doorway to the car behind us, which I believe is a business class car. But yeah, typical reading lights up above. I believe this original batch was built in the 1990s. And typically, they have two doors on the lower level for easier boarding and detraining. Oh, I see. There's another track down there. Kind of like a freight bypass track or something. A lot of tall palm trees over there, too. Then again, this is Southern California. And those beeps from downstairs mean the doors are closing, and we're getting underway again. And next station should be LA Union Station.
Ladies and gentlemen, next station stop will be that of Los Angeles Union Station. Once again, Los Angeles Union Station coming up in 10 minutes. Los Angeles Union Station coming up in 10 minutes.
Yep, won't be long now.
Attention ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Kenny from the Cafe Car. For those of you continue on south past LA Union Station, I just want to let you know that the Cafe Car will close when we arrive at LA Union Station. I'll be receiving a lot of stock and putting that away. Once I get everything cleaned up and organized, I'll make a reopening announcement after we depart. If there's anything like to purchase before the Cafe Car temporarily closes, the Cafe Car will close when we arrive at LA Union Station, and I'll make a reopening announcement after we depart. Thank you.
I've always thought of it as an eyesore. Well, pretty much anyway. Those homes up there on the hill cost at least $1 million, if not more. It's always about location, location, location. And lots of people want to be here. Some for work, others for prestige. That kind of thing. But Burt Bacharach said it best about LA. LA is a great big freeway. And later today, I'm gonna be stuck in it, making my way to the aforementioned Southern California Railway Museum. Here's a little Metrolink yard. Ah, jeez, really? We gotta tag these trains too? But yeah, we've just gone past a bunch of MP36PH3Cs and F125s. And now we're going past a bunch of Hyundai Rotem bi-level cars, some of which look like they've been in crashes. And there's an F59PH,
I like it too.
among the earliest built locomotives in Metrolink's roster. And more bi-levels and a combination of the lozenge-shaped Bombardiers and the more straight-ended Hyundai Rotems, along with
It's always fun.
all the different types of locomotives. Just saw another F59PH back there. Here's a pair of F125s. I realize you couldn't see the other one very well. There's a couple of Hyundai Rotem cabs. Got a steep hillside here. And here we've got some LA Metro rail trains here. They're all high floor LRVs with high platform level boarding. Interesting for a light rail system, but not unusual. I mean, I think both Calgary and Edmonton do that too. And for the most part, Pittsburgh. Of course, Pittsburgh has a combination of high and low platforms depending on where the station happens to be. Got some more light rail infra over there.
I've got, yeah, my kids are back there. No, it's okay. I'm just here. Grab it. Thank you so much.
It's only a couple of minutes before we reach LA Union Station.
Ladies and gentlemen, Los Angeles Union Station. Ladies and gentlemen, this train will continue southbound. This train will be leaving Los Angeles at 10:17. You are going to get a new engine and conductor crew on here. They're going to get themselves situated, and they are going to leave here on time at 10:17. Once again, please keep in mind. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to step off the train, stretch your legs, enjoy a smoke break. You are going to have the smoke all the way at the very end, right there at the end of our train. You'll find it once you exit the platform, but once again, please keep in mind, the new engine crew will like to get ready and take off on time at 10:17. Once again, Los Angeles Union Station. Los Angeles Union Station.
Charger, number 2114. Apparently they're going to switch this out. For another locomotive for their remaining journey down to San Juan Capistrano. I like how they integrate the locomotive livery with that of the individual cars. I'll show you what I mean by two lower level doorways as opposed to one lower level door that you typically see on superliner cars out here. Interesting contrast of liveries, too, between this business class car and the car behind it. There's the remainder of the train, a cab car at the end. And over there is a Metrolink train. MP36PH3C number 901 on the one end, and looks like they have a Hyundai Rotom cab on the other end. Sure looks like it. Don't know what that train's going to become. Now here's the main hall of LA Union Station. Kind of like the chandeliers there. Must be a little restaurant here or something. But yeah, absolutely stunning. And that's the east building of Union Station. Looks a bit more futuristic, both outside and in, compared to the west side of the station. No wonder it was built throughout the 90s, so of course it's going to look more futuristic. Perhaps the most interesting thing about this east side of LA Union Station is this ceiling. It's definitely impressive, to say the least. Which is to say nothing of the mural here. Kind of a monument to diversity. Hours later, I've arrived at the Southern California Railway Museum, and I'm greeted by a couple of Denver and Rio Grande Western baggage cars. Number 743 on the left and 745 on the right. Interesting to note that they are both 6-axle baggage cars. And I need to tighten this thing. But seriously, though, this is another thing you should check out with your own eyes sometime. It's quite a drive out from LA. Took me the better part of 2 hours. But honestly, I think it's going to be worth it. As hot as it is out here. And now I'm in Los Angeles Railways.
And again, this is
car
Southern
number
California,
1201. And one thing that has always
Make of that what
impressed
you
me
will.
about these classic trolleys is the reversible seating. And just listen to that electric motor, too. Simply amazing. Just a brief glimpse around the grounds here. And in spite of this handle, I still need to work on my camera technique.
I send people giving people tickets. I got punch their tickets. I can hand them a ticket, and they can take it. I have it on there where to pull my hand off. Freak out. I was supposed to be in a double amputee. I almost lost the weight. I thought I could learn how to see the path.
There's one of the car barns. It says Los Angeles Railway on it, even though it's obscured by the trees. Passing by a Union Pacific gravel hopper. Some other freight cars. More freight cars over there. Soon enough, though, we'll pass by some old Pacific Electric red cars. Listen to the sound of that bell. There's nothing like it, really. I see an electric steeple cab up ahead. Often they used steeple cabs for freight work on the old interurbanes.
Oh, let's see how when I make a nice steel hook on there. Nice steel fire hook. That'd be cool. That razor sharp.
Dollar's got hammer base and axe.
A friend of mine, like the Civil War.
That's the Hutchinson group. Steep cab. But a single trolley pole for power collection. Now there's the red car. Old Pacific Electric. Number 418. Unmistakable livery. And over there, we've got some more modern light rail vehicles. Siemens Duvag U2s from San Diego. And there's the excursion train that'll be made available later today. And we're just about to come back to the visitor center. And that, all of these buildings and the way they're arranged are designed to evoke on the loop small town USA in the early 20th century. Practically every city and town back then had a trolley or an interurban. You have to remember that automobiles back then were still the playthings of the well-heeled. wasn't until Henry Ford's Model T that cars became available to the masses, with the knock-on effect of beginning the decline of the trolley, both the local and the interurban. Towns like these would have been a lot more walkable then than they probably are now with all their car-dependent infrastructure. I mean, try as we might, those of us who love trains and those of us who see the practicality of transit seem to be fighting for a lost cause. Of course, the cause seemed even more lost 30 or 40 years ago. So we made some progress before trolleys met their demise at the hands of the automobile. You could actually ride on trolleys from one coast of the USA to the other. And I believe as recently as 100 years ago, trolley holidays were a popular pastime. What are those, you ask? Well, it was basically a thing where you just rode around on trolleys in a particular area with no place to go. And here's a typical system map in the area. I want to say this was part of Pacific Electric, but I could be wrong. Here's kind of an evolution of public transportation. But really, that's now the purpose of public transportation, is to try to reduce congestion. And yet people still take to cars because they feel like public transportation is unreliable. Now here's a little beauty. This was the system map of the Los Angeles railways, I believe, at its peak. Here's a downtown inset showing all the streets and stuff where the famed yellow cars actually ran. Over here we have the streetcar type that was supposed to save those trolley lines that existed in the middle of the century, but unfortunately for the streetcar companies, they couldn't be saved. But PCCs sure looked cool. So on the right we have an early type PCC, and on the left here's a later model that has these standee windows so standing passengers could actually see outside and not miss their stop. Really quickly, I wanted to show you this building, the Grizzly Flats Railroad. Here's where they keep a lot of their narrow gauge stuff, as well as some artifacts from the 19th century. This is on the other side of the loop line from the Visitors Center, right behind where those Rio Grande baggage cars are. And our excursion is underway at long last. It took them a while to get going because they had some stragglers, but hey, At least we are underway now. Quick look in the interior of the car. We've got a clerestory roof here, typical of late 19th and early 20th century passenger cars. And if you want some air in this room, you crack open the window. However, these windows are about as open as far as they're gonna be. It's an old-timey wiggle-waggle railroad crossing. Meanwhile, we're up close and personal with the Rio Grande baggage cars. Meanwhile, we've got the back of the Grizzly Flats building. It's another old-timey station building. Marked Cottonwood. Here's some railroad cars that have seen better days. Much better days. Hopefully they'll be able to find the time to restore these. Before we end this little excursion, we're going to go past the platform a bit. Here's the San Diego light rail vehicles I mentioned earlier. Then, kind of hidden from view vis-a-vis the loop line, here are the original LRVs used on the Metro rail, built in the 90s, or there's one anyway. Just thought I'd point that out. Now, as I bring this part of my journey to a close, let's watch this train head on out of here. So apparently the coach I just rode in was not originally a Southern Pacific coach, but rather an Erie Lackawanna coach that was painted to look like Southern Pacific for the Angelina Jolie movie, The Changeling. And here it is now. head on out of here. Now we're approaching 7:30 in the evening Pacific time, and I'm about to get underway on the Metro D line. I'm going to take this to the next to last stop, Wilshire, Normandy, because that's where my hotel is for the next couple of nights. Should be interesting. Well, here's my destination, Wilshire, Normandy. And there's the train I just got off of. It's made up of Rata-built cars that I believe are original to the system. Let's see it off. Now listen to this. This is the same electric motor whine that the MBTA 01800 series cars and Wamata 1000 series cars have. Or I should say had, as the Wamata 1000s have long since been retired. Architecturally, these are pretty typical for 90s and 2000s built subway stations. See you in my hotel room. So this is my room at the Line Hotel Los Angeles on the corner of Wilshire and Normandy. Gotta say, it's pretty minimalistic decor-wise. Sometimes it feels like the Berlin Wall is enclosing you or something. I mean, doesn't it look like it? Though I also have to say, probably keeps the noise from other rooms out. And there's my Moko Fumo that I've brought from home. And I'm going to bring her around when I go over to Anime Expo in just a bit. So here I am amongst a bunch of noisy buses, making my way over to Anime Expo. Apparently, this is where the buses all line up. That was not my bus. Mine's just behind the number 5 sign there. Just down there is the Los Angeles Convention Center, where Anime Expo is being held. And let's just ignore those horns and other noises. Not that I'm against striking, but we didn't really need to hear that when this is supposed to be such a festive occasion. There's food trucks out there too. And of course, got my Moko Fumo in tow. Probably I'll go to either the
1,000 workers are out. Oh my goodness, 60 hotels. 60 hotels. Hotel workers are out on strike.
Screw it, I'm going forward.
Wait for 10 seconds.
Ooh, forward game 2. That's what Soletta Mercury keeps saying every so often in Gundam Witch from Mercury. Not all that far now. I'll see you inside. But what I was gonna say was I'll probably hit either the gift booth or the Toho Lost Word booth, wherever those may be, whether that's Artist Alley or the vendor hall. Well, that was quicker than expected. Managed to get through security in about less than a minute. Maybe just over a minute. But yeah. This is just a foretaste of what's to come. Inside the entertainment hall here at Anime Expo, and here we have yet another example of an Ita shop. This one for VTuber Iron Mouse. She's part of V-Shoujo, along with Henya the Genius, Keisan, and some other VTubers. But yeah. Incredible. Meanwhile, we have a much different vehicle. Don't know who this is supposed to be for, but it's interesting to say the least. Here's Yostar's booth. They're the guys behind Arc Knights and Azur Lane and other things. Got a Scotty the Corrupting Heart cosplayer with a Surtur cosplayer up on the stage there. Looks like this one's pretty popular too. Quite a few of these booths have quite the lines. Here's King Records. Apparently they have a YouTube channel called Nano. We'll have to check them out sometime. Now I'm outside in the area connecting the North Hall, I guess I was in, to the South Hall. I'm still on the hunt for the gift booth and or the Toho Lost Word booth. I'll see if I can find them. Now I'm in the exhibit hall, and here's Nichi Sanji's booth, among other things. Here's my personal favorite, Pomu Rain Puff. Now to continue my hunt for Toho Lost Word and or gift. Now this I was not expecting to see. An entire display of automatons. This one with the Gudetama face. Got all kinds of automatones here, inspired by Kirby, Hatsune Miku, even Agoretsuko. Very interesting. Speaking of Gundam the Witch from Mercury, I'm at the Tamashii Nations booth. And here's Soletta Mercury herself, everybody's favorite Tanuki girl. Just do a Google search on Soletta Tanuki or whatever you want to do sometime. Here's some more Gundam stuff from several different series, actually.
Ultimate One Piece experience, bigger than ever. Meeting recruits over 1,000.
Well, it doesn't look like either entity I've mentioned earlier set up a booth here at Anime Expo. So, why don't we instead engage in some escalator fun with Moko? Hey, if Super Toe can do it, I can too. So I think instead I'll look for the Anime Expo merch booth. So I thought I'd swing by the entertainment hall one more time in the hopes of being able to visit the Yo-Star exhibit. But they're apparently not actually open yet. So here I am at Bushiroad's stall. And I did not know they even had a series of Weiss Schwarz for Avatar The Last Airbender. I mean, sure, it's anime-esque, but never thought it would see a release as any sort of game. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. And yet I remember so much of the original series. To see it in this game was quite a shocker for me. And now I'm in line finally for the Yo-Star booth. Honestly, I didn't think I was ever going to get in. And right away, I'm greeted by an Azur Lane Itasha. I see Enterprise there. She's like my personal favorite amongst all the Azur Lane girls. But true to Azur Lane form, certain aspects are, for lack of a better word, shown off. Azur Lane is definitely a fan-servicey kind of game. So, if you ever want to get into it, just be aware of that fact. There's some artifacts from Azur Lane, and more from Arknights just around the corner. And there's that Scotty the Corrupting Heart cosplayer. Don't know if it's the same one from before, but it's a Scotty the Corrupting Heart cosplayer.
Hey, you guys were next. You guys know? You guys know?
Now I'm getting kind of a better shot of the Itasha. There's some other cosplayers. Got Surtur on the right and I want to say Greythroat on the left up there on the stage. Kind of like how they've got the entryway set up. Kind of wouldn't look out of place either in Azur Lane or in Arknights. Doing a little quiz up there on the stage. And do my eyes deceive me, or is that a Texas the Omertosa cosplay? Currently to the right of the Searcher cosplayer. I have her in game, and I've got her skill 3 to at least mastery 2 by now. I forget which character from Azur Lane she is, because I basically stopped playing when Toho Lost Word came out a couple of years ago. That must be that other game. Ether games are over there. Now they're doing a cosplay shoot. Can't really see very well. That there's the merch area. And they give you an explanation of what they all are on that wall over there.
Alrighty guys, if you guys want any pictures or photos with our amazing cosplayers, do not be afraid to go up, guys. After this, we have an amazing performance by Annie Solange, so make sure you guys stay tuned. She's a DJ, artist, and she has a great, great single, Arknights edition. Alright guys, I'm gonna turn the mic off, get your photos, and thank you guys so much for playing. Can we get another round of applause?
A different view of the Azur Lane Itasha. And lastly, we've got a couple of characters from Yostar's other game, Mahjong Soul. Let me see if I can get a better view of that other side of the Itasha. Probably wondering what Itasha means. Well, it literally means pain vehicle, but it's one that is usually decked out from stem to stern with artworks either of a series or a video game or even just a single character. Ita bags are of a similar concept. Okay, so that's supposed to be the battleship New Jersey, as an Azur Lane girl. And that's her summer skin at that. Again, true to Azur Lane form, it leaves almost nothing to the imagination. Now I'm back at the shuttle stop because I need to go back to my hotel room. Probably just plots the rest of the day. Ah, Boy George's Karma Chameleon is playing on the radio right now. But yeah, the bus I'm on right now just goes to one hotel, and that's mine, the Line LA. But yeah, I think I've had about as much as I want to take in. So now that I've had a chance to rest up after several hours almost straight of walking through Anime Expo, it's time to show you some of the things I bought here. So first up will be a bunch of stuff that I got at the King Records booth. This Happy Coat all folded up in its bag. I haven't even taken it out yet. And this glow stick. Some people call it a pen light, others a glow stick. All depends on personal preference, really. But they were showing off a little something called Anime, which is basically King Records' 24/7, 365 YouTube stream of anime music that they have put out over the years from quite a wide variety of artists. And because I spent so much at their booth, like I think you had to spend at least $75, which those two items I just showed you easily exceeded, I got this, like, towel absolutely free. And they say it's good for wiping up the sweat while you're getting up from your seat and waving your little glow stick around at concerts. So I says to them, that's good advice for when I finally get to go to Magical Mirai, and who knows when that'll be, but I can tell that it's going to happen, because I'm going to make it happen. Then at Anime Expo's, well, one of their official merchandise stalls, got two shirts. One has their con mascot Max, all dressed up looking like a Valkyrie, and the other is kind of a adventuring party shirt with pretty much everybody on it. And in the bottom center is the Anime Expo logo. So that'll be a welcome addition to my wardrobe. Last but not least was the YoStar booth. And And everything I got there was Arknights related. First, a glow-in-the-dark capable pin of 6-star Specialist Operator Mizuki. I mean, I have him in-game, I just don't use him, because I really don't see a need to use him when I've got other similar operators. And then last but certainly not least, this bag that is see-through on one side, you know, totally transparent, and on the other side features what many consider to be the main character of at least the main story of Arknights, Amiya. There you can see her in silhouette in the lower left corner of the bag. And I think I'll be using this to take on the plane while the backpack gets gate checked. And since the aircraft is such a small one, they let you do that at no extra cost. And once again, there's my Moko Fumo, along with a refillable water bottle that I got extra along with my late lunch, early dinner right outside of the convention space in their little Japanese market that they had set up. So yeah, that's all for now. Next time I record, I'll be back in my home in Salt Lake City. And who knows what I'll record next. I'll see you then. Well, here it is, the morning of July 3rd, and I'm looking at Union Station for the last time. Now let's do this escalator fun thing properly, the way Super Toe would have intended it. Whee! As he often likes to say when doing this. Excuse me while I exit the metro portion of the station. So I came out in the east building entrance and wanted to show you this little light show thingy. Just really quickly. Ah, yeah. Very nice. For me anyway, glorious finale. You see here what will become my Metrolink train to take me back to Burbank Airport. This will be Ventura County Line Train 105. And F59PH number 852 here will be on the point. It looks like we have a mixture of Bombardier and Hyundai Rotom cars. Four-car train looks like half and half, because nowadays they all use Hyundai Rotom cabs, or at least this one does. That other train there doesn't. Actually, no, it doesn't look like a Hyundai Rotom cab. I think it's for like crash worthiness purposes or something. But yeah. contour. There's a bit of contrast in liveries here. You see a Bombardier multi-level, kind of like what you'd expect to see on Go Transit in the original Metrolink livery. Meanwhile, the Hyundai Rotem right behind it has the current Metrolink livery. I just thought I'd point that out to you. Now the Rotems themselves are quite nice on the interior, and this is just the lower level. We haven't yet gotten underway. It's only like a few minutes before 8, and we leave at 8:05. Now that I'm at Burbank Airport, let's see this train off. And as this train heads off to its final destination of Chatsworth, which is just a couple of stops up the line, thought I'd leave you with a historical tidbit here. It was 160 years ago today, July 3rd, when the rather tragic Pickett's Charge took place. I say tragic because it came with tragic consequences for the Confederacy. But still, I think many people would agree that the Union had to win the American Civil War to keep the country together. And a whole host of other reasons, too. I'm not asking you to agree with me, I just wanted to present that to you. Anyway, now that I'm at my airport, I'd better go into the terminal, get through security, and get to my flight. This is Brian Henderson signing off.